Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. Hello, I'm Apple. It's nice to meet you if you're new here. If you're not, just hi, how's it going? I hope you're doing well today. Today I had an idea based on a conglomeration of ideas, which is that not how all ideas go? But basically I've noticed a trend in AI makes my Sims build. AI takes over the world. You know, there's a lot of AI generated content recently, and I was like, wow, that sounds fun. So my idea was to try to have AI generate a DnD character for me, because recently I've started running my own campaign, which is insane for me. Okay, I'm learning a lot. I've DM'd 2 whole sessions, and I don't even know, the first session I made it was so short. I only had like this much prepared in my brain, and I couldn't handle the concept of going any further than that. But I feel like session 2 went leaps and bounds better, so I'm hoping that that's the trend that continues. But anyways, whenever you're making your own world, which I have at homebrew, the setting, not like the rules, well, the setting is homebrew. I made it myself, which I think I'm gonna do a world tour. That's like an idea I had while I was thinking about this, and I'm definitely gonna do it. I feel very inspired by it, so I'm gonna do a world tour for you guys later, showing like my map making process. Maybe not the process. I will show you my map. I'll show you some of the characters I've made. I'm very proud of my world. It's still a little empty, but like you know how long it takes to make a whole world? I'm working on it. Regardless, when you make a world, you gotta fill it with people, and why should I do all the hard work when there's computers out there that can do it for me for free? So we're gonna see what happens. We may not make things out of all of them, but I just kind of want to like see what we can get out of them. I found at least 2 websites that I like that seem promising, and I did give them little test runs first just to see if they would even do anything with the information I gave them, and they seemed to do okay. So we're gonna swing on over to that now, shall we? So here's the first website that we're going to be attempting this with. We're gonna give it a couple different inputs, and we're gonna see what we can come up with, and I will take notes on what specifically I end up liking. So let me get a Google Doc pulled up real quick. I've got an open Google Doc. This is where we will slap information if it seems pertinent. So the first one, this one right here, I think we're gonna start with my brand new DnD Characters. It says put a title. We're gonna see what it can do with this information, okay? Generate.
12 seconds later.
Name, Joran. Race, human. Class, rogue. Alignment, neutral, good. Weapon, dagger. Ooh, dude, it even gave me a background. Okay, Joran was born in a small village in the mountains of the north. He grew up playing games with his friends and learned how to fight with them. When he was older, he decided to leave home and travel the world. He had no idea that what he would find, but he knew he wanted to experience everything. He traveled across the land fighting bandits, monsters, and even some crazy cultists along the way. Eventually, he came to a city where he met a man who told him about a place called the Plane of Shadow. Ooh. He said if he went there, he could learn magic and become powerful enough to take down any evil force. So he left the city and headed towards the Plane of Shadow. Along the way, he fought many creatures and eventually arrived at the plane. There he found a group of people who were trying to stop a demon named Zagros. Zag? Yeah, sure. He joined their cause and helped them defeat the demon. Afterwards, they asked him to join them. He agreed, and now he's here. We got another background and another weapon, dagger, armor. Is this the same as what we rogue? Age 25, apparently. Let's see what background 2 is. Okay. Jordan was raised in a small town in the mountains of the north. His parents died when he was young, and he was raised by his grandfather. He spent most of his time playing games with his friends. When he got older, he decided to go out and explore the world. He had never been anywhere before, so he just took off and started traveling. He ended up in a city where he met someone who told him about a magical place called the Plane of Shadows. He said that if he went there, he could learn magic and become strong enough to take down any bad guy. So he left and headed toward the Plane of Shadows. Along the way, I fought many creatures and eventually reached the plane. There, I found a group of people trying to stop a demon named Zagros. I joined their cause and helped them defeat the demon. After the battle, they asked me to join them. I agreed, and now I'm here. At some point, we changed tenses. We went from third person to first person. Also, he's a rogue. He wouldn't know magic. I mean, he could be multi-class, but it didn't say that. It said he was a rogue. Also, my world doesn't have a plane of shadows. Maybe they mean the Shadowfell, which is true, but also I don't think going to the Shadowfell would give you like unlimited power. And in theory, there are places in my plane where like the veil is thin and you could probably get to the Shadowfell, but like, all right, so we're gonna copy this down because like it's our first one. We'll slap in here age 25. I don't feel like putting things twice, although we do want to put that he was raised by his grandfather. We're gonna try to like get all this information here because this one gave me like a bonus sentence. I also kind of like the sentence where it said he had never been anywhere, so he just took off and started traveling. I want to include that one. Yep. Okay, cool. So Joran, first guy. Now we're actually going to go over to the second one and see what it gives us. And then maybe we'll do like one more run of each and we'll just see what happens. So this is the other one here. It says type some text here and the neural network will generate more. So we're going to say, today I created a new DnD character. That's all we're going to give it. That's all we're going to see what happens with that, okay? Generate text. He is called Beetle the Bard. This was a character we created last time to go with new players. Beetle is pretty much what we imagined in my last post. And if you read that post, you can know. All right, let's just go with he's called Beetle the Bard, okay? Beetle's race is human. He has dark skin and a bald head. His eyes are green, though they usually look blue. He has a very long beard which falls nearly to his waist. Damn, go on. His ears are also long. Is he a human or maybe he's a half-elf? He decided to become an adventurer because he'd heard that it was fun and because he had decided that he could travel easily enough. What else could he do? His health is good, his luck is good, and his magical skills as well as being a... Okay, well, Beetle the Bard seems fun. He might become a fun an NPC somewhere. All these are going to be NPCs. We're just gonna stop it there. All right, so we got Joran. We're going to make sure we know that that's from a different one. We're literally going to paste this in there. All right, verbatim. Beetle the Bard, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to meet him. He didn't give us that much information. We're going to go back to this one. Today, a new DnD character was born. New DnD... You know what? We're even going to see if it'll NPC was born. We're going to see what it does with all these acronyms. Okay? I mean, I'm assuming it knows what DnD NPC is, but like, those are also just letters. Is it gonna... It did really good with the first one. I will say this one did a really good job. Gave me a lot of information. I'm going to name him Canopy. Okay. He's a human wizard who lives in a small village called Canopia. He's a bit of a loner, but he's always been interested in magic. He's not much of a fighter, but he's got some skills in archery and alchemy. I hope you guys enjoy playing him. All right, maybe there's an unfortunate character named Cannabis. I really liked what they did with the first one. They gave us like so much detail, like it was bullet pointed. That was so nice. So we're gonna go back over to this one, the other one. A new adventurer was added to my D&D world. Their name was Draven Plain. He was new to the east side of the mountains and was venturing out with some companions to prove himself and see if he had what it took to be an adventurer. His hometown was Holbeck. Okay, all right. And his class was a paladin. Okay, his job was to protect the townsfolk and destroy any monsters he encountered. I'm down. Recently come to the eastern part of the mountains where he had stumbled upon a lake. We don't care about that. His race is... It's gonna be human. I'm calling it right now. All three of them have been human so far. Boring, but that's fine. His race is a human, but his eyes and hair were tan. That's a fun way to describe hair. As if he lived in a tanning booth, but he was always covered by his white robes. His skin is a very light brown, as if he spent summers in the sun. I mean, you kind of said that already. Okay. I'm curious. I'm gonna see if it can tell me anything about his family. Draven's family name was not really mentioned, so we don't know what family he belongs to. He had 2 children, but we don't really know which one was his. His daughter's name was is my fave part of the character, mostly because they're ridiculous. The whole family is an absolute mess. It is a big joke to the people of Holbeck. When you first meet Draven, he lives with his dad. Keep going. A crazy man who stalks the walls of Holbeck and calls the mayor names. Named Alistair. His mom is sick and she barely leaves her bed. Alistair is a giant man who's constantly eating candy. We'll stop with the whole family's an absolute mess and a big joke. I think that's fun. All right, we got Draven. Draven's been added to the squad. Draven. All right, we're gonna do one more from each because I'm just kind of curious what it might give us. This is kind of fun. Creating a new D&D. You know what? I'm gonna call it. Let's see what happens. A new D&D villain. Am I gonna get something juicy? Phrase AI is okay. All right, a new villain. The villain should have a unique personality and character. He/she should not be some generic bad guy. You want to make sure that the villain is someone who would be interesting enough to watch and follow through. You want to make sure that your villain is different. Give them goals. Have them be evil. Give them power. But you didn't make them. I created a new D&D villain. Will this change? It's like they gave me an article about creating a D&D villain, which is fair, but I want them to create the D&D. I don't want to create the D&D villain. That's too much work. Bestie, I've already done enough work, okay? You know, after we do this, I think it's only fair that we have the AI generate pictures for them. I'm not sure how good the pictures will be. I've only ever used Dolly Mini, and it doesn't do too good with faces. I'm going to look around for some AI image generators, okay? Because there's got to be more now. It's like the thing right now. Oh, okay. I created a new villain called DnD, short for Do Not Disturb. He's a super villain who wants to take over the world. He's just like the Joker, except he doesn't have any friends. Does the Joker? I mean, I guess. He's not really evil, though. He likes to play pranks on people. He's a prankster. His first appearance was in episode 10. In that episode, he tried to steal the crown jewels from Buckingham Palace. He put them in his backpack, but he accidentally dropped it. When Batman saw him drop the bag, he chased after him and caught him, and then he took him back to the Batcave. He took him to the... I'm a Batman fan. Did you... doesn't take villains to the Batcave? This is... ridiculous. Oh my god. It was doing so good. It understood what D&D meant. It didn't understand this time. It didn't get it. We're not going to add a villain called Do Not Disturb into my D&D world, okay? We're not. And Batman is not canon either in my D&D world, okay? It's not happening. Okay. So we're done with this one. We're going to give the other one one more try. A new villain lurks in the corners of my Dungeons and Dragons world. Their name is Generate. Their name is the Brainless Undead. They can kill you, but they can't think. They can't reason. They can't comprehend logic or reason. That's why they have to be human controlled. So the villain, it's saying the evil is the brain. I want like a character. I understand. You know what? The villain is named Tukacure. Perfect. It's a ninja of sort in a sort of special division of the shinobi village. While not an actual member of the village, he has somehow infiltrated their way. Hang on a second. Isn't that from Naruto? How did it take Dungeons and Dragons? Because it said a ninja. It just gave me a Naruto villain. I have two friends who might watch this who like Naruto, and I just think this is funny. Okay, you know what? They don't want to get fine. You know what? You don't want to give me villains? Fine. Let me look. We got Draven. I really like Draven. Cannabis, lackluster. That's all I'm saying. Our first guy, Joran, he was fun. Joran's fun. Beetle the Bard, a little lackluster. We got like a good one from each. The first one from Fraser, Joran, that was a good one. Beetle the Bard, lackluster. Then Cannabis, lackluster, but then Draven, fun. So we got like a good one from each. Let me see if I can find a fun website to try to make AI generated images. I know you can't see it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Powerful human male rogue. Okay. And then I have 8 credits. I can do that. All right. That one. We got Joran, guys. All right. He's one of those guys. Oh, I can do like individual ones. I want that one. That one's Joran. I'm going to keep that one there because I want to remember all of them. But this one in particular is Joran. That's what Joran looks like. Okay. Next, Beetle the Bard. Create. This again. That again. Dark skin. Long beard. Bard. Dark skin. Bald long beard. Bard. Dark skin. Bald long beard. Bard. Ooh. They totally disregarded the Bard part. Like, I'm vibing with that one. Or that one. What's his name? Beetle? He kind of looks like a beetle. This is Beetle, y'all. Beetle the Bard. He's good luck, good health. Beetle, what else he gonna do? Beetle the Bard. Beetle the Bard. Maybe that's like a beetle tattoo on his face. I don't freaking know. Beetle the Bard. All right. Cannabis the Wizard. The Loner Wizard. Cannabis the Loner Wizard. He has a horse. I'm gonna give it Cannabis the Loner Wizard. He's got an unfortunate name. It's gonna have weed in it. I know it is. I put cannabis in the name. He's gonna be stoned as hell. This is Cannabis the Loner Wizard. That's a fun picture though. And honestly, that guy, we don't know what she is. She's like a cannabis druid. There he is, Cannabis the Loner Wizard. And finally, my boy, Draven. I love Draven. I hope Draven gets a cool picture. He's a paladin, okay? Draven, the tan human male paladin. I hope it gets the paladin part, okay? That's important to me. No, the name Draven's gonna be in there. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna make a cool picture of Draven here. Ooh, which one's Draven? He's like the cool guy, in my opinion. I'm feeling that one for Draven. Like that one feels fun, but also I really like this bottom right one. This one's got something weird going on with the eyeball. I feel like they tried to incorporate the paladin vibes, but like I'm feeling that one. We're just gonna slap all of them in there. I think it did a real good job capturing Draven's essence. You know what I mean? It captured Draven. It really did. Okay, so like, yeah. I just had AI make 4 D&D characters for me. I'm probably gonna have a couple of them in my world. Draven, I love Draven. Draven's my new favorite. I love Draven. We're gonna make a town called Holbeck in the mountains. I don't freaking know. I need some mountains. I have mountains. I need a city by the mountain. Draven's getting fleshed out. Beetle the Bard, he might be thrown in somewhere. He seems cool. I already have an idea for Beetle the Bard. Joran, I don't know about that whole magic in the plane of shadows thing, but like Joran seems like a fun adventure, and he has an adventuring party, so maybe I can make a cool adventuring party with Joran. The only thing that sucks is they were all men. They didn't give me a single female adventurer out of the 4 tries that I gave it. Also, even with the villains that it tried to give me, they were mostly dudes. I didn't see a single girl. So like, excuse you, AI. Women can play Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse you. Excuse you. How dare you? Anyways, what do you guys think? Of these 4 that I kept, who was your favorite? Have you ever played around with AI before and made anything cool? I've done a lot of Dolly stuff. I think it's really fun. But let me know what you think. Did any of these inspire you? Are you maybe gonna go make some AI generated D&D characters? If you are, you should tell me how it goes. I want to know. And keep your eye out for that world video that I'm going to do talking about just some of my creative process and some of the lore I made for my world. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you liked it. Okay, that's how we communicate. That's the transaction here. I give you a cool video. You give me a like and a subscribe. That's all I'm asking for. It's a very simple transaction. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. Again, I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully, you better be there. You better be there. Bye.